I'm Aika from Iloilo City. When I was growing up, panganay ako sa family. So, we're two girls. And we grew up with a father na gamer. Palagi kaming dinadala sa comp shop ng dad namin, playing all kinds of games. Yun yung family namin na dynamic. When it came to school, I was overachiever. Throughout grade school, sinasalihan ko lahat ng clubs. Nasa choir ako, nasa varsity ako, ng dalawang sport. Honor student ako. I wanted to impress my parents. I wanted them to be proud of me. I got into a science high school. Same thing pa rin. Grabe pa rin yung focus sa studies, co-curricular activities. And after all these achievements, eventually, nakapag-secure ako ng academic scholarship to Ateneo. So that's going to be the start of my adult life na. Pero basically, throughout my whole childhood, it was all about school, co-curriculars, and video games. Growing up with a gamer dad was very interesting. First of all, everything when it came to learning things, to having fun, was very related to video games. When we first had our PC, nung time na yun, yung mga first games niyang binili were jumpstart games. Diba, we would spend a lot of time in the comp shops. So, it was fine with him for us to stay up late because we're there staying up late with him. But at the end of the day, hindi niya rin kami dadalhin if we were lagging behind sa schoolwork or anything like that. Growing up with a gamer dad means that he understands our love for video games and he knows na hindi siya necessarily a bad thing. I did strive hard, actually, for the most part of my academic life for them and for my dad kasi alam kong back in Iloilo, pinagmamalakin nila ako sa mga neighbors nila, sa mga friends nila na may grandkids sila na Atenista. Na-realize ko rin eventually, the least I could do to redeem my dad and to make him happy and proud was to finish college and succeed in my own way. And that's what I did. I started college. I willingly gave up video games, anime, and everything else that I was really into. I basically focused on doing well in university and na mag-aral na mabuti as expected of me. With that kind of sacrifice, giving up video games, nung dumating ako sa point na yun, na-accomplish ko na yung goal ko of finishing college and finishing in Ateneo no less. When points like that come in our lives na mapapaisip ka talaga kung ano yung pipiliin mo or may kailangan kang i-sacrifice na mahalaga sa'yo, isipin mo na lang yung makukuha mo at the end of it. Not only do you learn discipline and sacrifice and the good things that come with having those values, you also come to appreciate talaga the full weight of your goal. This was the point na you start to build your own life. I thought about following the safe path, which is you take the jobs that are intended for your course. But I also thought na for everything I've sacrificed, maybe it's time to follow or to go back to what I love. So, the first job I ever applied for, and I only applied for one job after I graduated, was an esports job. Because after everything I'd been through, I definitely deserved it na. And it wasn't something that gusto ko lang gawin for fun. I truly believed that there was a future in esports and in gaming. How did I believe this and how was I so confident about it? Because nakikita ko yung esports and gaming scene sa America, sa Europe, and other regions. And they're already achieving big things. For the local scene, I wanted to be a part of helping us get there. So that's what I did. And I got into esports. And I've been in esports ever since I graduated. First things that I realized when I started working in esports was that there were a lot of passionate people already building esports. That definitely stood out to me the most. And sobrang nakakahanga yung narating na rin natin ngayon. And it was inspiring. I was working in an environment that I was surrounded by a lot of talented people and a lot of inspiring people that really love and are passionate about bringing esports to the top or to the front. Pero among that, one of the other things I did realize was for me to do, not just about the job, not just about esports in general, but also about the local scene and how it works. I had to respect that history and I had to respect what they've already built. At the end of the day, you do realize that even if there are these not so savory things about the industry, nandun pa rin yung puso and nandun pa rin yung mga talented people na nag-i-inspire and mag-work with you to help esports grow. Hindi lang enough na may puso ka or may pagmamahal ka sa esports. Siyempre, with any industry, yung nakita ko is kailangan mo rin maging magaling and kailangan mo rin na may set of skills ka. What would hold back someone like me from Ateneo from joining in that kind of industry, diba? So at the end of the day, kahit saan ka galing, kung naniniwala ka na may future talaga yung gaming and esports and na nakikita mo na yung mga tao na nandun working to grow esports are also educated and skilled professionals, then what's left to question? What Tier 1 brings for people like me, essentially, is the opportunity to grow. A lot of jobs and a lot of skills that you need in many jobs today aren't being taught in school. Even in Ateneo, they're not being taught. The biggest thing for me in joining Tier 1 was the opportunity to improve certain skills and also to be challenged, to become better, and to become more capable as a professional in esports. So in Tier 1, I'm a talent, but at the same time, I'm also the business strategist for the company. And as much as the dream is definitely to be a world-class shoutcaster, my own personal vision for Tier 1 is for it to become a shining beacon in esports in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia and even eventually in the whole world. I want kids everywhere to know that it's okay to keep loving gaming, to keep dreaming of being a professional gamer, that it's okay and it's not a bad thing because people have actually achieved success in the industry. With the help of Tier 1, hopefully that will become a reality much sooner. CSGO as an esports here in the Philippines so far isn't established yet. In order to become a big kind of esport like Dota 2, CSGO needs to have, first of all, a lot of supporters. So the community itself has to get behind every effort that happens locally. They have to support the pro players, the teams, the organizations, the talents that work to give it a name. Previously, I was a shoutcaster actually for League of Legends. The difference between shoutcasting a MOBA and an FPS game is incredibly huge. FPS games are more fast-paced. There isn't a lot of time for you to insert analysis. There's no concern even to fill up dead air. With MOBAs, it was much slower, but the fights were much more action-packed. And transitioning from League of Legends to CSGO was not an easy one. I did love League of Legends a lot in the past. I came to a point where I didn't have as much time for it anymore. Deciding to become a CSGO shoutcaster also definitely meant that I had to give up being a shoutcaster for League of Legends. And it wasn't an easy decision to make, I will tell you that. But I was having a lot of fun, and the community in CSGO, I had started to get to know them. My friends were really into CSGO already, and I was just genuinely having a lot of fun. And I hadn't felt like that in a long time with any video game. I would say that I'm really happy with that decision. As a big part of Tier 1, or as a person that plays a major role in the company, seeing all of this and all of the people who genuinely love CSGO and are clamoring for opportunities and for the right time for the scene to grow, it definitely stirs up emotions in me, and I can't help but become really attached to its success. At this point, I really want to help the communities grow because of this love for CS in our company in Tier 1. With my position, I do my best to campaign for projects that would help jumpstart the CSGO scene. The experience so far working with Trike and Alodia has definitely been a colorful one. The first time I met Trike, I had the impression that he wasn't exactly cliche kind of leader. He's definitely more ambitious than the usual. And I've learned a lot from him when it comes to business skills and skills for being a talent. Working with Alodia has also been incredibly inspiring. She's the kind of person who knows exactly what she wants and how to achieve what she wants. The best thing during those times has been for me to really learn from her, learn how she does things, and understand what's behind the magic that is Alodia. So I've picked up a lot of skills and a lot of secret techniques from the two of them, and they've definitely helped me in learning to deal with different kinds of people and different kinds of projects in esports here in the company. So finally, I'd like to thank my dad for always being my #1 fan and supporter, and for always encouraging me to follow what I love and to be successful at it. And of course, my grandparents for understanding that I didn't want to take a normal business job or even go to law school. Thank you so much for nodding your head when I say that I'm a shoutcaster and working in esports, even though you don't understand what that means. And of course, thank you to everyone who's gotten me this far. I know that while I have become a capable person, there have been a lot of times when it's been hard or I haven't been able to do it by myself. So to all of you guys who are there for me or have been there for me, I genuinely am very grateful.